Good evening, everybody. I see Aaron, One Miss Love and Life, Pat Cad, Mr. Kangle, Michael Jones, Still Humble, Mimi, Detrell, Sasha, hey, UGN, Mike Powell, Dallas, Texas, Nicole. She says, we in here. Peace and blessings, Queen. Can't wait for our discussion. What's good, Lavin Thompson? What's good, Michael Hawkins? What's good, Warren D? Peace to everybody in the building right now. Make sure that you guys take this time out to please like this video, share this video, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell so that you guys can be notified from when we go live in the future. All right. What's good, Ricky, J-Dub, Redbird? Hey, everybody. Hey. So tonight, we're going to be talking about something that's it can be a little touchy, okay? Just for the simple fact that submission in and of itself is something that is frowned upon, right? And especially when it comes to women, more specifically Black women. Like, we have a problem with that term. We have a problem with everything associated with submission because a lot of us, feel like that's something that is old school. It's something that is not practiced anymore. It's something that should be thrown out. And me personally, I don't feel like submission is a bad thing. But fellas, we're going to get into some reasons as to what could contribute to a woman not wanting to submit to a man or not wanting to submit to you. There's plenty of reasons though, you guys. But I just decided to come up with 5 on my own so that we can touch base on the things that I felt personally were some of the leading causes of, why a lot of women don't like to submit to men. All right, y'all. But I see it's 82 of y'all in the building. Make sure that y'all like the video. Can we get at least 70 likes? That'll be beautiful. Okay. Okay, I see the lights going up. I appreciate y'all. With that being said, let's go ahead and get it started, all right? The first thing on my list, you guys, out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you, fellas, is she's been conditioned not to respect men. Let that soak in. Many women grew up in households where a man was not present, watching their mothers, grandmothers, and aunts have to do it all on their own, leading her to believe that men are not necessary. This subconsciously or consciously teaches women that men are inferior to women and they don't have a place or position in her life. Thus, this makes it very complicated for women to not only respect men, but submit to them because this has never been healthily demonstrated to her. See, that's why I tell y'all to like the video. We got more viewers in. We got 111 of us in the building. Let's get into some things, you guys. What's good, TJ? What's good, Daryl? What's good, Nayak? A lot of us completely forget the fact that a lot of us women were in households where we never saw the male and female dynamic. And when we did see it, it was always displayed in a toxic manner. Whether that was seeing women involved with women, not women, but involved with men that were low budget, low quality, low vibrational, and very weak, do not provide, do not protect, do not teach, do not lead. And so that made the women in our households have to take on those roles. And that led a lot of us women, or young girls rather at that time, to grow up internalizing that dynamic and seeing that, maybe, that whole submission thing and cater to your man and let your man guide you and lead you and protect you and provide for you. Maybe that shit is not, really valid because I've never seen that. And so since I've never seen that, maybe it's not true. Maybe it's something that, could be done away with. Again, it has not been demonstrated to us to where we can grow up and know and understand that this is the role of a woman and this is the role of a man. A man is supposed to do this for his woman and a woman is supposed to do that for her man. It's always been instances, especially within the Black community, where it was like either the man was completely absent or it was a man involved, but he wasn't about shit. And we saw our moms taking on those roles of what a man is supposed to embody. And now we feel like men, are beneath us. Men are weak. I'm strong. I'm the independent woman that don't need no man because that's what my mama taught me to be. Do y'all feel me? I see y'all in the building. Jackson says, tell it. What's good, Big Six? He says, my first time joining you live. You always on point, really smart and intelligent for such a young woman. Thank you so much. Troy D says, men learn how to treat women from women. Yep. They also learn how not to treat women from women. And women also learn how not to treat men or how to treat men from women. And so that's why it's very important for us to change up this dynamic and change up this cycle of dysfunction, especially within our relationships, because we are not only doing a disservice to ourselves, but we're doing a disservice to our children and the people after us that are looking to us for guidance. Believe it or not, whether you are sitting down with your children and teaching them what it is and what it's not, or you're just leading by example, your children are learning. Thank you so much, Redbird, for your donation. Says Anika, I appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much, Redbird. But again, you guys, whether you're sitting down, pulling your children to the side and saying, you know what, baby, this is what it is. This is how you treat a woman. This is how you treat a man. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. Whether you're doing that or not, your children are peeping game. They're taking mental notes. And they're seeing how life is through you. Okay, I see my mama handles all of that. I see my mama talk to men like they ain't shit. I see my mama go to work and work 5 different jobs. I see my mama disrespect my daddy. I see my daddy ain't here. Or I see my daddy is here and he ain't doing shit. Maybe that's the way that it's supposed to be. Maybe that's how I'm supposed to behave when I am an adult. So fellas, y'all could be very well dealing with a woman that, does not want to submit to you or have a problem submitting to you because she has been conditioned not to. Whether that was, again, by somebody blatantly sitting her down and teaching her that, or just showing and proving through everyday life. Thank you so much, Leo Anthony, for your donation. He said, speak on it, Queen. I'm going to try. And it's sad, really. It's really sad that we have to grow up and get involved in these relationships where we don't know how to interact with one another. We don't know our roles. We think our role is that of a man, and men think that their role is that of a child. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to really get back to deprogramming and reprogramming our relationships so that we can display and show and prove to our children what it's supposed to be. But that's what a lot of y'all men are dealing with. Y'all are dealing with women that don't want to submit because she's never been shown and she's been conditioned, you know, not to respect men and not to submit to them. All right. So that was the first thing on my list, you guys, out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you. And the first reason was, again, she's been conditioned not to respect men. All right. Let's move that along, you guys. 2, the second thing on my list out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you. But before I do, again, you guys take this time out, please, to like this video, share this video, and subscribe. All right. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we go live in the future. All right. I see it's 181 of y'all in the building. I see we got 112 likes. If we can get 150, that'd be beautiful. All right. But I love y'all. Shout out to you, Big Six, for your donation. Thank you so much. All right, let's move it along, you guys. The second thing on my list out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you, fellas, is you don't display qualities worth submitting to. Now, I know this will strike a nerve, but y'all know I love us, men and women. I love us, and I love us enough to be real with us. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to stroke your ego. I'm not here to pacify shit. I'm here to be real and authentic. And by me being a real and authentic person and woman and queen, I have to tell you guys that a lot of women would not submit to you or men in general because, you know, they have not displayed the qualities that are worth submitting to. Women look for leadership, power, strength, knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, providing, protection, authority, love, and dominance in a man. If a man does not display or demonstrate these qualities or traits, it will not serve as an incentive for a woman to want to be submissive to him because she will not view him as such a being to submit to. The queen said, this is facts. Scorpio says, power. Trucker says, bam. I can't be nothing but real, y'all. A lot of y'all men, I ain't gonna say, I'm gonna say soon, okay? Some of y'all men don't display these qualities that a king is supposed to possess. And therefore, you're leading a woman not to view you in a certain light. Therefore, if you do not embody these qualities and characteristics and traits, what in the world would possess me as a queen to submit to a peasant? No, I'm looking for a king. Fellas, I need you guys to know and understand your role. What's good, Chanel? You guys need to know and understand your role as a man. A lot of y'all don't understand your role as a man. Y'all think just because you have a penis that a woman is supposed to bow down to you, and that's not the way the world works. You have to show and prove just like women have to show and prove to you. Period, point blank. I always talk about balance. I always talk about duality. You know, women have to possess certain qualities and characteristics and traits in order for you to want to be that man for her that is providing her with leadership and power and strength and knowledge and wisdom and intelligence and providing and protecting and authority and love and dominance and all of that. You have to make sure that that woman is deserving and worthy enough of that kind of treatment and leadership from you. So what makes you guys think that you don't have to display certain qualities and characteristics to that woman so that she can know that you are worthy enough for her to submit to? What's good, Deshaun? P Money says facts. Somebody said somebody trying to get blocked. Who said something smart? Oh, don't worry about people saying silly shit, y'all. As long as the majority of us are mature enough and wise enough and open enough to knowing, learn, and understand, that's all that matters. We're not gonna let nobody knock us off our square. All right. I took care of all bills, had nice cars, a house. Due to her mother, sister, and girlfriends, it was never enough. That's what Juggernaut Z says. And that's what I'm saying, fellas. Some of y'all are giving your kingly qualities to low budget ass women, and then it's backfiring on you. That's why I tell you guys to make sure that you are with a woman or with a man that is worthy enough of your treatment, of your time, of your energy, of your love. Y'all have to really sit down and get to the bottom of, is this person worthy, and not just start off the bat trying to, you know, give your all to a person that's not giving their all back to you. Especially if they can be easily influenced and manipulated by other people outside of your relationship. Shout out to you again, Big Six, for your donation. He said, looking finer than a mug. Peace to you, MB Project 21. Jay Dolo says, how do you determine if a woman is worthy? Does she possess certain qualities that you are looking for? Is she nurturing? Is she loving? Is she understanding? Is she teachable? Does she hold herself accountable? Is she respectful? Does she show appreciation and gratitude towards you? Is she selfless or selfish? You have to, that's up to you guys to figure out what qualifies a woman for you to be worthy. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is give y'all what I would tell you that I would look for in a quality mate, you know, which is what I just named. But that's how you know. You sit back, you peep game on their ways and actions. Stop getting so confused and duped by looks. Like, damn, she got a small waist, she got a fat ass, she got nice breasts, she got a pretty face, and oh man, she banging, you know, the sex is great. And so I'm going to give my all to this woman, although she ain't about shit internally. She doesn't stimulate me mentally, emotionally. She doesn't cater to me. She doesn't speak life into me. She doesn't have my back. That's what you guys need to start looking for. Shout out to you, Queen, for your donation. She says, always speaking for the wholesome women. Peace to you. All right, y'all, but let's move it along to the third thing on my list. And again, the second thing on my list, you guys, out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you, is the fact that maybe you don't display qualities worth submitting to. We need you guys to be leaders. We need you guys to be powerful. We need you guys to have strength, knowledge, wisdom, intelligence. We need you guys to be able to provide, protect, have authority, give us love, and dominate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want no weak ass dudes out here. I'm not bowing down, quote unquote, which I don't view submission as bowing down. But I wouldn't cater to and allow a man to guide and lead me. I'm not going to listen to a man that does not, you know, have those or possess those qualities. So you have to possess those qualities. And that's just to name a few. All right. If I can't trust you to lead your damn self, I'm not submitting to you. But let's move that along, you guys, to the third thing on my list. Again, take this time out to like the video, share this video, and subscribe. It's 255 of my beautiful crown heads in the building right now. If we can get 200 likes, that'll be dope as fuck. Just so we can get more people to come through and, you know, peep some game with us. All right. That's why I tell you guys to like the videos and share the videos and subscribe. Because, you know, you guys like the videos, more people are able to, you know, see our content. All right. But thank you so much. Let's move it along, you guys. The third thing on my list out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you is, and this is something that is slept on, actually. She is oblivious to what submission is and what is required. Believe it or not, many women would not have a major issue with submitting to a good man. Emphasis on good man, all right? But she simply needs some guidance on what is to be expected of her and how to do it. This is where, as a man, you would have to step in and step up to the plate and respectfully teach and guide her on the ways and actions she must possess in order for your relationship to truly thrive and blossom. I really need you guys to understand those adjectives. Notice that I said respectfully teach and guide. Respectfully teach and guide your woman. Notice that I said women don't have a problem with submitting to a good man. Most of us. And some of us, again, are lost cause. I'm not going to even lie to you. But most of us wouldn't mind if you are a good man. Maybe she just does not know what is required of her to be a submissive woman. She doesn't know that, I need you to do this. I need you to behave that way. I need you to speak that way. I need this done. I need this executed upon. She doesn't have that guidance. So it's up to you as a man to step through and respectfully give her the game, if you will, for a lack of a better word. Give her an outline of what you expect from a woman, what you require of a woman. And so that she can internalize that, have that in her mental, and then she'll know how to do or how to be for you as your woman, as your queen. She'll know, okay, my man requires this of me, and my man does not tolerate this shit over here. So let me get rid of that. Let me do a little bit more of this, because obviously that's something that he really appreciates, and that's something that he really likes and expects and desires from me. So let me do more of this. Okay, he don't like that. All right. Or he like this just a little bit. So let me have a little balance in that area. You guys have to come up with your own guidelines, okay, as far as what you are expecting for your woman, from your woman. And then at that point, it's up to her to either execute or leave. Okay. But some women are just genuinely and honestly clueless. They're like, submission, like, what is that? Okay, what I'm supposed to do. Okay, but how? And then as a man, you step in and you say, well, this, and I would like that, and I would appreciate this. And then let me add this to that note. Then as a man, as a king, you step up to the plate and you also tell her what you will do in return for her. And that will give her even more of an initiative to, submit to you and do what you want her to do. Because she knows that you are reciprocating. You're not just out here demanding a bunch of things. You're not just trying to tell her what to do for you, but rather you're trying to, coexist with each other and balance each other out and reciprocate that energy and love back into one another. And that's how you guys thrive and grow. But as long as you are just expecting her to do things that maybe, she does not have any idea on how to do or what to do, maybe she doesn't even know that you want that from her. Maybe she doesn't even know that you desire a submissive woman. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, as a man, you guys have to start opening your damn mouth and letting it be known what you are expecting from a woman. And teaching her in a respectful way. Don't degrade her. Don't make her feel like she's a slave. Don't make her feel like she's stupid. Don't make her feel like she's a servant, but make her feel like, you know what, you're my queen. I'm your king. I would expect this from you. I desire that from you. And this is what I'm going to do in return. All right. Queen Leisha says, facts. Yvonne says, I was used. Again, goes back to me what I said earlier as far as really vetting people. Really vetting people to see how they truly are at their core. Then you can be able to not get used because you already know what this person is up to. Okay, I already peep game on you because when I did that, you responded that way. So that's a red flag. Then you do something else, another red flag. It's always red flags, y'all. It's just a matter of you guys picking up on it and not ignoring it, thinking it's going to go away and change. You're either going to say something and address the shit, and hopefully they do something about it and change, or you address it and they don't change and you leave. But no way that you should be in these relationships with people using you. Because again, you should be wise enough to peep game on certain things. Oh, I saw somebody else say something. True, there's always red flags. True indeed, Queen, that'll be. What's up, the real MVP says, hey, finally caught you live. He says he got robbed. Look, I don't know what happened, but again, it's always red flags, y'all. It's just a matter of you peeping game on it. And really spending enough time. Y'all got to start spending enough time with people. Stop jumping into these relationships where it's like people are just pretending for the first 3 weeks. And then it's like, okay, they cool. You know, they solid. Like, nah, fill this person out. Take a few months. Take a few months to really, you know, let somebody show you their true character. What's good, Sky? I've ignored some red flags in my day. Okay, liquor low. I think we all have, but it's all about us growing, learning and growing. Flash says, is this advice for married folks or dating folks? All advice ain't the same. I think it can be applied to everybody, honestly. But we're going to go ahead and move it along, you guys, to the fourth thing on my list. I see it's a lot of y'all in the comments. I'm trying to keep up with them. It's just so much. And it's like moving a little bit fast. Hold on. Belly says, my dad said, oh shit, I lost it. My dad says, if you put a woman on a pedestal, she will look down on you. Is that true? No. I don't believe that is true. I think it boils down to you putting the right woman on the pedestal. Right? You guys, men and women, we have to start giving our love, our devotion, our time, our energy, our all to the right person. If you do the right thing for the right person, you can never go wrong. It's when you're doing the right things for the wrong person where there's an issue. But a woman being placed on a pedestal by her man, to the right woman, to a good woman, to a queen, she's going to appreciate that, and she's going to try to reciprocate that energy back to you by putting you on the pedestal as well. But if you put the wrong woman on the pedestal, then yeah, your daddy right. She's going to look down on you like, yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, do that too. Oh, okay, you did that? Okay, do that again. And then you're going to be like, well, now, what do I get? And she's going to be like, what you mean, what you get? You know, if y'all done that to the wrong person, then yes. All right, but let's move that along. I'm going to read your comments later, don't worry. All right. The fourth thing on my list, you guys, out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you is, oh my God. Y'all going to be like, yes, queen, yes. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. She's bitter from the last man. She's bitter from what the last man did to her, honey. And I know it's a lot of queens that can relate. And there's a lot of kings that can relate as well. What's up, Queen Rita? Many women are bitter and bruised from what the last man or men did to her after she submitted to them. And now she is scarred from ever wanting to submit to a man again. Shout out to you, Queen Alicia, for your donation. I appreciate that, Queen. Fellas, it's a lot of women that were once in that position to where she was catering to her man and loving her man and letting her man teach and guide her and doing whatever her man required of her, this, that, and the other, right? Giving him her time, giving giving him her love and her money and her emotion and, you know, sex and all of that, right? And that man completely took advantage of her love, took advantage of the fact that she was being submissive to him and catering to him and loving him and all of that. And now it's to the point where she's like, I'll never do that shit again because I did that with Jerome, I did that with Ricky, I did that with Jamil, and they all just shitted on me, and they ended up cheating on me, and they ended up leaving me for the next woman, and they left me broke, and they left me with all of these kids, and they left me, you know, just struggling and down and out and bad off. And so now when it comes to you in this new relationship, and again, you very well could be the king that she needs, but because of all of those other men that played on her and took advantage of her submissive ways and actions and took advantage of her, you know, femininity, now she's in her feelings and she's like, nah, fuck that. These niggas ain't shit. They don't deserve my love. They don't deserve me catering to them. They don't deserve me being submissive to them. Nah, that's for them pick me bitches. I ain't no pick me bitch. I've been there, done that. That don't work. Right? But fellas, that's where, again, you as a man have to show and prove to her that you are not like those other guys. You do. You have to do that, or you can choose not to do that and simply walk away. But either way, just know that that could very well be a reason as to why she has a problem with submitting to men, because the men in her past use and abuse that, and they use it against her. And now she feels like that's something that is not a wise thing to do. That's not a wise decision to make. And only a woman that does not know any better, or only a woman that is dumb and weak and desperate for a man, would ever submit to a man. Because y'all should know that men ain't shit. All they do is cheat. They're all dogs. They're all users and abusers. And you just could not know any better for you to sit there and say that you want to submit to your man and you're going to submit to your man. That's what you guys are dealing with. And unfortunately, that happens a lot often than not. You know what I mean? And so you guys are being met with that resistance. And you guys are being met with that force of, you know, having women out here that feel like, well, you can't tell me nothing and I ain't got to do shit for you. It's all about what you can do for me. Because again, she's going back to that internal trauma from what the last man did to her. And now she's at this bitter, broken, bruised place of selfishness, because in her past, she was selfless. And she was selfless to the wrong motherfuckers. Let's just be real, y'all, and call a spade a spade. A lot of us are doing queenly and kingly things for peasants, and it's coming back to bite us in our ass, and we feel bad later, and we use it against the other person. And so now it's all about how I can be selfish. I'm going to be selfish now because I'll never let somebody come into my life and use me up like that again. And again, fellas, that goes back to you feeling like that's something that you want to, you know, give your energy to try to change. Or it can just be like, you know what, that's a lost cause. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time to convince no woman, you know, how she needs to be for me. I don't have time, you know, to try to show a woman that I'm not like those other guys. That's just too much work. I don't have time. And that's your prerogative too. Nobody can hold that against you either. Right? Shout out to you, Queen, for your donation, Queen Rita. She says, Gotta go. Stopping by to show love. You look beautiful. Keep it up, beloved. Thank you so much, Rita Simone. You always show so much love and support. And I love your content, by the way. Y'all should go check out her content. All right. G Maddie says, damn, she hit the nail on the head. I'm trying to tell y'all. All I can do is be real to y'all because I love y'all. Thank you, Big Wise. He says looking beautiful, looking good. Scorpio Twines. Look at all these damn Scorpios, y'all. Everybody is to blame. Scorpio Twine says everybody is to blame. Men for misleading and abusing, women for allowing it in the name of love. Ooh. If that ain't the truth. And see, Scorpio Twine, the problem is a lot of us don't like to take accountability. We would like to instead blame man or blame woman. It's never, well, what was my role in this? What part did I play into this? What can I do differently in the future so that I can prevent that situation from ever occurring again? You know what I'm saying? So instead of taking self-accountability and being self-aware, we would rather deflect and reflect on what somebody else did to us. Yeah, they did it to you, but who allowed that to happen to you? You did. Out of love, out of lust, out of neediness, out of desperation, whatever. Who knows? We all have our different reasons as to why, you know, we let certain things happen and ride and slide. But at the end of the day, it does boil down to you allowed that to happen to you. And what can you do differently in the future to prevent that? The only way that we can get better is to be aware of our play, of our role. What role did I play in this? Okay. I didn't love myself. That was the role that I played. I was desperate for love. That's the role that I played. I was so insecure that, you know, I felt like having anybody was better than having nobody. So what can I do in the future to prevent that? I'm going to love myself more. I'm going to respect myself more. I'm going to set up boundaries. I'm going to start really vetting people. People going to have to start showing and proving to me before I start laying it all out on the table for them. You know what I'm saying? So you was right on the money. Right on the money, Twine. But let's go ahead and move it along. I see y'all in the building. I love y'all so much. Peace to all of my crown heads, y'all. It's a Friday night. Y'all could be at the club. Y'all could be out here getting it in. Y'all could be on a movie date. Who knows? But y'all chose to be right here with your girl, showing me so much love and respect, and I appreciate that. Again, you guys, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I see that it is 285 of us watching right now, and we got 276 likes. That is beautiful. Thank you. I see we got 3 dislikes, but that's okay. You know, you ain't gotta always agree with me. You ain't gotta like me. Some people just be hating though, but that's fine too. We need our haters too. All right. But peace to everybody. And that deflection stuff gets old as fuck. Hence, the end will be coming soon. Okay. I missed who said that. Who said that? WJ Walker. Yeah. Peace to you, Walter, for your donation. He says, I have to partially disagree. That's fine. That's fine. You can't control someone's actions. So if someone does wrong by you and you did nothing, you can't logically say, what role did I play? That's a cliche. While I can understand your perspective and where you're coming from, I have to kind of disagree with that to a certain extent. And this is why, Walter, the reason why is this. When somebody does something wrong to you repeatedly, that's when it's like you played a role. But I think where you're coming from is if somebody did something wrong to you one time and you walked away, that's not your fault. And I can agree with that. But that's not what's happening a lot of times, Walter. What's happening a lot of times, Walter, is we are getting involved with these people out of the sake of love or lust or desperation or neediness or because they find or whatever, the sex is good, whatever the case is, and we're choosing to stick with that person and stay with that person, have babies by that person, get married to that person, move in with that person, invest in that person mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, giving our all to them, and there's no reciprocation. There's no love being poured back into us. And so at that point, that's where I have my argument of what role did you play? And the role that you played was that you continuously allowed that to happen. Right? And this is speaking for myself. I was in a relationship where that man wasn't shit. He was not a leader. He was not a provider. He was not a protector. He was not nothing as far as what a man is supposed to be. And I stuck with that man for 6 years. Whose fault was that when the lights was getting shut off? Whose fault was that when cars was getting repoed? Whose fault was that when credit scores was plummeting? Whose fault was that when, motherfuckers was, paying all the bills and paying the rent and this motherfucker sat on the game all day, doing nothing? Whose fault was that? That was my fault. Because I allowed that. Out of what? Out of love. I feel like I love that guy. It wasn't lust because he wasn't popping like that. But I feel like I really loved him. He came into my life at a point where I was very low. And that's really where a lot of that stuff comes from. People coming into our lives at the wrong times. And we're so damaged inside that their darkness lights up our day. And so again, it goes back to self-accountability. And I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if I sat there and blamed him like, well, I was a good woman. I took care of him. That wasn't my fault. I took care of him. Well, yes, it was your fault that you took care of him. He didn't deserve that. And yes, you were being a good woman, but you were being a good woman to the wrong person. And that's where we go wrong. That's where the lines get shaky. But I can agree with you to a certain extent, Walter. If somebody does something wrong to you once and you walk away, that's on them. That ain't your fault. But if you continue to stay and stick around thinking that this person gonna change and hoping this person gonna change and they never do, that's your fault. And that's just what it is. And I'm sorry to be so real and blunt, but that's the truth. All right, but let's move that along, you guys, to the last and final thing on my list out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you. Again, number 4 was she's bitter from what the last man did. Okay. But the last and final thing is, you guys, she views submission negatively. And I feel like this rings true for a lot of us women, especially Black women. We don't think submission is a positive. It's more so of a negative. It's more so of a downgrade. It's more degrading than anything. Okay. Many women are viewing submission as something that is negative, lowly, or inferior. They don't know that submission is a beautiful dance of balance, love, understanding, leadership, openness, and trust. This is where, as a man, you have to show and prove to her that submission is not a position of weakness and slavery, yet a position of true strength, nurture, and love. Okay? Fellas, I know it's a hard game that y'all got to play. Shout out to you, Mr. TBR, for your donations. He says you have to take responsibility for what you accept, and the signs will be there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? But fellas, you guys have a lot on y'all plate when it comes to this whole submission thing, because again, many women don't view submission as a good thing. They view that and they see that as a woman being inferior to a man. They see that as, something that is a negative more so than a positive. Again, they don't know that submission is a sign of balance and love and understanding and leadership and patience and openness and trust. That's really what it is. Trust, more importantly, because you cannot allow somebody to lead you, or you cannot submit to somebody that you do not trust. You know what I'm saying? When you submit to somebody, that is the ultimate form of I love you, I trust you. But the problem, fellas, is a lot of men have the wrong idea of what submission is too, which that also plays a role into why women view submission as a bad thing. You know, it's a lot of men out there that view submission as women being lowly and women being inferior and women having to be slaves and servants and bowing down to me at all times, no matter if I'm a peasant or not. You know, and so women, they get a chip on their shoulder like, what the fuck you mean? Like, nigga, you ain't popping. You ain't doing this. You're not handling that. You're not providing. You're not protecting. So what the fuck? Nah, I ain't submitting to nobody. And so again, you guys as men have to come through and show and prove to women that, you know, submission is not this weak thing. It really shows, you know, the most power. It really shows the most femininity. It really shows the most love. And the way that you guys can do that is by not being a dictator. A lot of men, again, view submission as them being a dictator in a relationship or in a marriage, to where I can boss women around and I can tell them what the fuck to do and what they can't do and what they, you know, what they need to do for me. And it's never about what I can do for my woman in return. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a dictator, you guys. Do not be a dictator when it comes to having a woman submit to you. That will be met with the most resistance. That will be met with the most force, because it's like, I feel attacked. And when anybody feels attacked, they're going to want to strike back. They're going to either want to fight or flight. You walking around bouncing your balls like, you know, you run everything and I ain't shit and it's all about you. You know what? Fuck that. And see, that's why a lot of women have internalized, you know, submission as a negative thing, because it's a lot of toxic men out there that, you know, have perpetuated that. Hey, submission is you doing this for me. Fuck what I gotta do for you. You the woman. You do this, you bow down to me, you cook, you clean, you give me sex, you listen to me, and I ain't gotta listen to shit you gotta say. And that's not it, y'all. That is not it. Real men know how to teach and lead by example, not by force. What Miss Loving Life says, speak. Scorpio says, you need a talk show, queen. Look, this is my talk show. Welcome to Danica Marie Dope Discussions, okay? We get it popping. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It says, I love it. Look, church. I see you, Maurice. Real men know how to teach and lead by example, not by force. My husband, when I first met my husband, I was that independent woman. I can do it by myself. I don't need no man. I got this. I got that. My husband never came through on some dictator controlling shit. Everything that my husband got me to do was by him doing for me and leading by example. He showed and proved to me what a king was, so I had no choice but to fall in line and display and show and prove to him what a queen was. You walk around bouncing your balls being a dictator, you're going to turn your woman into somebody that is going to rebel against you. It's going to come a day where she resents you. You don't do that. You get a woman to submit to you by being a leader, by being a protector, by being a teacher, by being a nurturer, by being a provider. You do those things, she will fall in line if indeed she is a quality woman. But again, I know and understand that we're dealing in a day and age where a lot of women are damaged. And so again, that goes back to, do you feel like you have time to show and prove to her? Do you have time to teach her? Do you have time to mold her to what you want her to be? You know what I'm saying? But never try to do anything by force. Lead by example. Period, point blank. That's where you get the most respect. That's true power, y'all. True power is when you are able to get people to do things for you without you having to boss them around, without you having to threaten them. That's true power. I need y'all men to get in that mindset of, I'm going to have a woman cater to me by me catering to her, by me doing what's necessary for her. You know what I'm saying? Crypto Brink says, your husband is very lucky to have you, queen. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very lucky to have him. And see, that's what I'm saying. My husband puts me on a pedestal. Like the king asked me earlier, my husband puts me on a pedestal. And I put him on a pedestal too. Shit, you got a problem with my husband, you got a problem with me. Okay? Period, point blank. And just like I feel like, he's so lucky to have me, I'm so lucky to have him. I'm going to pour back into him because he's pouring into me on the daily. True indeed, Troy. Lucky to have each other. Very grateful. Very grateful. And we need to get back into doing and showing, rather, that we are grateful for our significant others. Especially when they are exemplifying what a king is. When they are exemplifying what a queen is. Appreciate that. Don't ever take that shit for granted. Because I guarantee you, if my husband started taking me for granted, all of that shit would be out the window. The relationship, everything. It ain't gonna work. I'm not submitting to a man that's not, giving me something to submit to. Goes back to what I had on my list. What was that, number 2? Yeah. You got to show and prove. And then you're going to reap those benefits from showing and proving, or you're not. And either way, you're going to get your answer. Walk away if you're not getting the answer that you need. Keep doing if you are getting the answer that you need. Do y'all feel me? Who is this? Jamil says, true, because we have sorry men, but the men, those before them did not teach. God dang it, I lost it. Did not teach them how to be a man. Dropped the ball. They did not see or show a woman care and love. Yeah. Men and women, we have to, and that's what I'm saying. Goes back to what I said earlier. Men and women, we have to start getting back in our true alignment, playing our true positions and our true roles, and loving each other and respecting each other and catering to each other and, being genuine to one another and not taking each other for granted. Not walking all over each other, not disrespecting each other. That's the only way that true love can thrive and survive. A relationship can truly last. And then we are, again, raising up our children behind us to display those same characteristics and those same traits. So our daughters will know how to treat a man. Our sons will know how to treat a woman. Our sons will know what a man is supposed to embody. Our daughters will know what a woman is supposed to embody. We need to get back to that. That's why we are so discombobulated and all over the place. We're against each other. We hate each other. We have these movements to where it's all about women empowerment. And then we got these movements about men empowerment. And, it's so divisive. Excuse me. If we can get back to us building with each other, all of that shit would be done. We wouldn't even need all of that because we would already feel it. We'd already experience what it was for a woman to be empowered by our men and vice versa. But I'm over here preaching. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap before I get off of here, you guys. Again, I see it's 308 of y'all in the building right now. That is awesome. We got 334 likes. Oh, that's dope. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's do a quick recap and we'll get off of here because I gotta cook. Y'all know I gotta cook all the damn time, yeah. We vegan, so we can't go and grab no pizza or nothing or no Chinese food. I really do want some Chinese food though, but my husband like, hell no. One day I'm gonna get some though. Make sure it's plain. I can't put nothing in there. But let's do a quick recap. The first thing on my list, you guys. Oh, that's my husband. He's scared the shit out of me. Hey, my love. The first thing on my list out of the 5 reasons why women won't submit to you was she's been conditioned not to respect men. Okay. Shout out to you, Man Friday, for your donations. You got a problem with my husband. You got a problem with me. Period, point blank. Okay. Talking queen. Thanks so much for your donation, though. A lot of women have been conditioned not to respect men because they've never seen that dynamic in their relationship. Or in their mother's relationships or their father's relationships. They don't see how a woman is supposed to maneuver in regards to a man. They see women taking on, so many roles in that of a man. And so now they feel like men are not needed. They're not necessary. I can do it by myself. So why should I submit to you? The second thing was you don't display qualities worth submitting to. Again, fellas, women, we look for leadership, power, strength, knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, providing, protection, authority, love, and dominance. And a lot of you guys do not embody that. You guys don't possess that. And so women are looking at you like, well, what's the fucking point to submit to you? I'm dominating you. You're not leading me. You're not teaching me nothing. You're not doing for me. So why? So you have to start embodying certain characteristics and qualities for a woman to feel like you are worthy enough to be submitted to. The third thing on my list, you guys, was she is oblivious to what submission is and what is required. You fellas have to start teaching your women respectfully, what submission is, what you expect from her, and again, what you can in return do for her. All right, reciprocation is a must. The fourth thing was she's bitter from what the last man or men did to her. A lot of us are scorned. This man did that to me and I submitted to him. I loved him. I catered to him. I gave him everything and he used it against me. He abused me. So I'll never do it again. And so you're dealing with that, aspect of why women are not submitting. And again, fellas, that's up to you to figure out, is this woman worthy enough for me to try to deprogram and reprogram and show and prove to her that, I'm different? Or is it too much for me and I'm going to move it around to another woman that's a little bit more receptive to, what I view, her role should be. But that's one of the reasons why a lot of women are bitter from the last relationship. And then the last and final thing was she views submission negatively. And this can be for a multitude of reasons. It could be because men have abused their power. It could be because, women have taught us that submission is a bad thing, or we just really don't, we don't respect it. We feel like we live in a new day and age, and submission is old school. I ain't bowing down to nobody. I ain't catering to nobody. I ain't doing all of that. That's too much work, and I don't got time for it. And again, fellas, it's up to y'all to teach that woman and respectfully, this is what I require of my woman. And also not being a dictator, not trying to be a toxic man in her life to where she does feel like, she's, validated in her stance of feeling like submission is a bad thing. No, show her and prove to her that submission is a form of love, understanding, openness, and most importantly, trust. It's not a position of weakness and slavery. It's a position of true strength, of true nurturing and true love and value. And once you do that for her, she'll view it differently. And then she'll, try to put forth some kind of action to bring you that submissive quality that you are looking in for her. But as long as she views it negatively, she'll always be, pushing back and meeting you with resistance and force. All right. So as you guys can see, from this list, it really boils down to men trying to teach their women better. You guys have to be the teachers, and you have to do it in a respectful way, not in a way that is forceful, not in a way that is degrading. All right. Really get back to teaching your women. All right. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I respect y'all. Thank you so much for spending this hour with me. Again, if you're new, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. But all of my crown heads, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and come back. We go live randomly, so that's why I really, really encourage you guys to hit that notification bell, because it be stuff on my mind and I just want to go live randomly sometimes. But I'll try to keep it on somewhat of a schedule. I'll have, different segments lined up. That way you guys will already know that, hey, Danika's going live on Monday at 6:30. So let me be there. But other than that, I love y'all. I respect y'all. My husband scared the hell out of me. We walked through the door. So I got to get in this kitchen and cook. Peace to you, Jeremy, for your donations. He said, you looking amazing tonight, Queen. Red is you. You know what? Red is my favorite color. One of my favorite colors. And there was somebody else that gave me a donation. I want to make sure I give you your roses too. Man Friday. Thank you so much. Because I got to have my man back. All right. I love y'all. Thank you. Peace. My name is Danica Marie. I'll see you guys later. I got to go.